Flat Cap Chef, and we're now going to do perfect boiled white rice, such a staple of cooking. So we're going to use the mug method, if you remember that one. So that means a portion measured in a mug. So this kind of mug is basically 200 grams of rice, fills it. I'd say 100 grams is normal perhaps for a portion per person. So here we go. Pour that rice in. You do 200 grams, I think, is always a good measure. Even if you're only cooking for one person, if you're doing that amount, then you can always save it later and put it in the fridge. So, oops, bit of spillage, doesn't matter. Okay, so I've got my rice. There we go. I'm going to pop that into a sieve. Let's make sure it comes out. There we go. Perfect. Now we move over to the sink, and really important. What we're doing is we're washing out the starch. You can see that hopefully a little creamy colour. If you don't wash out the starch, it will clump together. If you want sticky rice, then perhaps don't do this. But for me, I want nice, fluffy, white rice. So here we go. It's now running pretty much clear, so I can stop that. Okay, so now we come over to the pan. I've got a pan with a lid. And I'm simply going to put the rice in. Now, back to the mug measure. Okay, I'm going to get 1 mug of water. That is 300 millilitres. Pop that into the pan. Knock these bits down. Okay, the lid, and we'll head over to the stove. So we're over at the stove now. Let's put that there. Oops. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in here. Just a pinch of salt. And then pop the lid on. I'm going to turn this on, and I want it to boil. Okay, so we're now going to get this boiling. If you want to, you can simply measure out using the mug measure, 100 grams, half a mug for one portion, a full mug, 200 grams for 2 people, or if you want a bit of spare in the fridge. And then you can just top it up with water and put it on and boil it, and it'll take 10 to 12 minutes, it'll be cooked. This way, it's going to give you a much fluffier, lighter rice, and actually I think it's more controllable. So if you're cooking something else with it, you can create this rice, do it this way, and just leave it in the pan, and it will sit there. It won't burn, it won't absorb any more water, so it's all about measures. So at the moment we're boiling this pan, and let's just speed that up a little bit. I've got my timer ready. My timer's got 10 minutes set on the clock. So as soon as this starts to boil, which doesn't take very long with this cooker, we're going to then turn it down so it's simmering. So that means that there's just bubbles breaking the surface. You don't want it on a full boil, and you need to keep the lid firmly on. Now, if you don't have one that seals the whole pan, in fact you've got a solid lid with a spout, and you need to be able to see whether or not it's boiling, what you're looking for is just little tiny wisps of steam coming out of the spout. I've even gone to the extreme of using my phone and getting the torch on and peering inside to see that it is just breaking the surface. You don't want it rapidly boiling, you just want it breaking the surface. So with this pan, it's quite difficult because it will get steamed up, but you can start to see now that it is now starting to boil, hopefully, and it's now at a stage where I can see those white bits. I can now start to turn it down. I'm going to turn it down to just a gentle heat. So in my cooker, that's around about number 4. And I'm going to leave that in the pan. You see as now it's simmering just gently, maybe a little bit higher, just to keep those bubbles going. It really is just a gentle simmer. And then I'm going to set my timer off. And I'm underway. And that's going to be 10 minutes. At the end of the 10 minutes, we're going to take off the heat and set the timer again for another 10 minutes. I've tried so many methods, and this one just seems to work. Leave that lid firmly on. At any point after that 10 minutes, your rice is going to be cooked. It's not going to absorb any more water because there's only the amount that you put in. Okay, and it's not really going to go cold too quickly because it's sitting in the pan. If it did go cold, then all you've got to do is just pop it in a microwavable bowl, add a splash of water, and then just heat it up in a microwave for between 90 and 120 seconds. So 1.5 to 2 minutes, and it would be reheated. And you can do that with the fridge as well. So let me show you what it looks like when it's done. So let's bring you over here. Here's one I prepared earlier, as all the good chefs say. And there we are. So now we have lovely, fluffy, perfect rice. Yeah, so that's just fantastic. Really easy to do, works every time. It's the perfect method that I've found over the years. So why not give it a go? And that is simply boiled white rice sorted.